Hello, what's up guys, I'm Kyle from KGR, and I am a huge Pokemon fan. I mean, looking at this Pokeball on the desk, it's probably not too much of a surprise. But anyway, when it comes to April, I almost said August, but in April, it's gonna be Pokemon Diamond and Pearl's 10th anniversary. Holy crap, where have those years gone? So we're gonna be talking about Diamond and Pearl. But before I get into that, I want to give you guys a quick recap of how much Pokemon impacted my life. I've done a video kind of like this talking about 20th anniversary, so if you haven't seen that, then here's a small recap. But if you've seen this, then this is just going to be repeating for you. As a kid, I was a huge Pokemon fan. The way I got started was here, I got pencil toppers of Blastoise and Pikachu, and I barely even knew who they were. But then I watched the show, then I collected the cards, and eventually, somehow I got Pokemon Blue. But anyway, I was like really into Pokemon then. Hell, my mom knew plenty about Pokemon herself, because she watched it with me. She was a cool mom. And then eventually Gen 2 came out, and then I somehow got Pokemon Gold. I got more cards, and I got some figures from Burger King and stuff. But yeah, I was really into Pokemon, but when Gen 3 was slowly coming, I didn't really honestly know too much about it. But like before it came out, here, Yu-Gi-Oh! Happened. At least for me, it happened for me. My brother got some cards at a yard sale. I wanted to stay away from Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I really wanted to stay away from it. I didn't want anything to do with it. Thought it was gay. Thought it was stupid. Then my brother bought some cards, gave me all of his spares, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, fuck, I want more cards. And then I don't know how many years later, like probably about like 15 years later, and now I got almost 3 sets of Exodia, about 5 or 6 sets of the Gods, couple of sets of Blue Eyes, freaking crackhead now. But anyway, my point, Gen 3 came out and I completely skipped it. I had a Game Boy Advance, hell I had a Game Boy Advance SP when it came out. But I didn't really want anything to do with Gen 3 because I didn't really see too much about it. Like, I saw some things about it. I knew it kind of existed. When Fire Red and Leaf Green came out, I knew that was a big thing. But I just didn't really care all that much. So I'm like, screw it. Forget it. I'm just done. I'm just going to stick with Yu-Gi-Oh! For now because I'm happy with that. Then I was slowly getting back into it somehow because I remember I got a double deck pack or whatever. It came with a pack with Blaziken and then one with Gardevoir, like 2 decks based on those Pokemon. So from those decks I learned a little bit about Gen 3 Pokemon, but again I didn't really pick up the games, so I was like whatever. Honestly, I wasn't really too huge of a fan of the games anyway. Like I played Stadium with my cousin, but when it came to my Pokemon experiences, when it came to battling, I was more into the card game. But anyway, it's around 2006 and I hear about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl coming out, and I'm like, holy crap, these things look really cool. And at the time, I didn't really have a DS Lite yet. Here, when it comes to new systems, I don't really upgrade, at least at first I didn't upgrade until there was a game that I really wanted that was only on that system. If it was on the last gen system, I'd be fine. But the main thing that would sell me is a game that's only on there. Most of the time, it would be Crash Bandicoot. But then when Crash kind of stopped being a thing, Guitar Hero ended up being the next thing. I got a PS3 specifically for Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, and that ended up being one of the last games on there for Guitar Hero. But at first I didn't want a DS, because sure, it looked cool, like New Super Mario Bros. Looked great and everything, but I passed on it. I didn't really need it. But the thing that sold me to a DS actually wasn't Pokemon. It was actually Crash Boom Bang, and a lot of people don't like that game. I liked it when it came out, because I was a Crash fanboy. How well it ages now, I don't know. Because I kinda grew up a little bit. I know when a game is bad. Like there's parts of Crash Twinsanity I don't like. There's plenty of parts of Wrath of Cortex I don't like. But anyway, eventually I did get a DS Lite and I was happy. And when it came around summertime of that 2007, I like how I said that 2007, like there's multiple ones. I'm freaking dumb. And it was my birthday and I was happy. I was like, you know what? I have money. Let's go out and get Pokemon. And the first game I wanted was Pokemon Diamond. I actually didn't want to get both. I only wanted to get Pokemon Diamond because Dialga looks really cool and blue's my favorite color, so I want Diamond. I went to Walmart and they didn't have it, so instead I got Pokemon Pearl. Hello, Robert. Oh, are you gonna hop on me now? Oh. Meet Robert. Anyway, not even 2 days later after I got Pokemon Pearl and I sunk in a few hours into it, here my uncle, who's actually out in the living room right now, he ended up buying me Pokemon Diamond. And he took me out to get Pearl as well. But I had Pearl and I'm like, you know what, this is awesome, but this is the one I wanted, so I'm gonna play the shit out of this one. And boy, did I! Hold on, I'm gonna check how many hours I sunk into this game. I sunk in just about 443 hours into this game. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I can't say it was an amazing game. I loved it, but a lot of people don't like it, but whatever. I ended up getting all 3 starters. But Chimchar was my favorite, mainly because for some reason I seem to like fire types the best. It's not that I have a bias for fire types, it's just that it seems that all the fire types are the ones that I'd rather have. I just think they're the cutest, I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, I fell in love with the game, and here, at the time, I had a really close friend named Brett. And he also had Pokemon Diamond. And then we discovered the action replay. No lie, the action replay is honestly one of the main reasons why I kept going back into Pokemon Diamond. Like, honestly, I didn't even play through the game right on Pokemon Diamond. I cheated the fuck out of it, and I got it to the point where some of the cutscenes can't even trigger anymore. Like, I skipped so much, and they're supposed to trigger some cutscenes, but since I skipped them and tried going just directly to Dialga, here, that cutscene won't trigger. The guys are all standing there, and you can walk by them, but Dialga's not there. Anyway, me and my friend Brett, we cheated the fuck out of Pokemon Diamond. We would sit in front of a computer, literally for a few hours, looking up cheat codes on supercheats.com or something like that, and just be typing in codes all day. A lot of the times, some of them didn't even work, but it was still a great time wasted. And then eventually over time, I discovered what Wi-Fi was. I didn't have Wi-Fi personally. If I wanted to get Wi-Fi, I had to go to the flea market, because there was one stand in particular that had a Wi-Fi adapter, not Wi-Fi adapter, a Wi-Fi router, and it didn't have a password on it for some reason. So when Flipnote Studio was a thing, here, first of all, I ended up getting every Pokemon in Pokemon Diamond because I fucking cheated. All the other games, on the other hand, I didn't. Anyway, when Flipnote Studio was a thing, here, after I got all the Pokemon, I wanted to be generous. I'm like, you know what, guys? I'm going to give away a certain Pokemon. You can just trade anything you want. I'll just have you just trade me a Pidgey or something, or a Bidoof, or whatever. Pretty much the most common Pokemon in that game. You can just catch one of those and just trade it. I don't care. Just have it. I would have it be level 100 and everything. So every week, I would have it up for trade and stuff, and I'd come back and I'd do it, and it was really satisfying because I loved being generous like that. With great power, be generous, I guess. I don't fucking know. I wanted to pick up the game again recently, so I restarted Diamond, not Diamond. Oh, I didn't want to restart Diamond. I sunk too many hours into that. I tried restarting Pearl, and I just couldn't play it again. I'm like, no, I'm done. The one game I really want to replay is either Heart Gold or Soul Silver, but I'll get into that later. Anyway, I sunk in so many hours into Diamond, and then eventually Platinum came out. I ended up pre-ordering it, so not only did I get the game, I also got this little figure. Now here, when I saw the commercials for this game, for when you pre-ordered it and you got this little figure, I was expecting this figure to be bigger. They made it look so much bigger on TV. No, it's just a little figure, and I'm like, holy crap, this thing is tiny. And apparently dusty. But anyway, yeah, I got Platinum, and I like this one quite a bit more. But it wouldn't be a proper retrospective if I didn't really talk too much about Pokemon Diamond. I like the music. I really love the music on it. How the background music that you hear right now, hopefully, is my favorite song throughout the game. The game was slow. And by slow, I mean like the battle system. It was very, very slow. I didn't like how in Gen 3 the backgrounds were non-existent. But this one they looked a little bit better. The sprites did look pretty, and I was really happy with the game. Like, even though it was slow, I haven't played a Pokemon game in forever, so like I couldn't be all like Gen 3 to Gen 4 and be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I went from Gen 2 to Gen 4, and I didn't really touch many Pokemon games in between that. The only ones I really played were like Pokemon Stadium for the N64, and I had Coliseum for the GameCube. And now the game seems to be going for a little bit. It seems to be going for like 35 or... No, I can't say 40. It's going around that area, something like that. And mine's complete. It has the manuals and everything. So eventually, I ended up cheating the hell out of the game, and I got so many good level 100 Pokemon, some having Wonder Guard on them. If you don't know what Wonder Guard is, it's when only super effective moves can hit. And I didn't tell too many of my friends about what Wonder Guard was. The only Pokemon that really does have Wonder Guard is Shedinja or something like that. I can't remember. I just know it's a Gen 3 Pokemon, and it looks like a cicada or something. If you look into its back, like, you lose your soul or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, I had a Shining Gyarados and a Shining Mewtwo that had those kind of Wonder Guard features, and it's completely cheating. Remember my friend Nick gave me his Shiny Metagross, or Metagross, whatever you want to call it. But that thing was actually legit, and it was EV trained and everything. It was actually imported from Gen 3. Like, it was completely amazing. And it's actually probably one of my best Pokemon. Anyway, I absolutely loved it. And then eventually years went by, and we got Pokemon Ranch and Pokemon Battle Revolution on my friend's Wii. And we mostly played Pokemon through that, because we would have so many good Pokemon on our handheld games, and we just played on the big screen. Why they don't do that with Pokemon now kind of irks me. Like, sure, you would have a lot of Pokemon to create, but it'd be so cool. Imagine Pokemon battles in HD. Just saying. We don't need them to be as detailed as Pokken Tournament, but still, we want HD Pokemon battles. Anyway, back to the retrospective. Eventually, me and my friends would battle, and I ended up being one of the best trainers around, because I cheated the fuck out of the game. So eventually, I did get Pokemon Platinum, but eventually after that, I got Heart Gold. And I still have my Pokewalker. And I even have the cardboard box too, but it's up there. And since I pre-ordered it, yeah, I got this little guy too. Pokemon Heart Gold is actually my favorite out of all of them. It mostly has better sprites. The only sprite I don't like in Pokemon Heart Gold is actually Mewtwo. Mewtwo looks fucking ugly in that game. Is it that, or is it Platinum? I know one of those games he looks ugly as fuck. But Diamond, he looks the best. But anyway, I absolutely love the Pokemon Diamond. It is still one of my favorite games, mainly because of memory's sake. And it's why I hold on to it. Plus, I like having a little library. I would be all like, would I play it again? No. No, I wouldn't play it again, because I tried, and I wasn't too fond of it. I think it's honestly because I'm kind of growing myself out of Pokemon, because I didn't even pick up Sun and Moon, and I hear those games are fucking amazing, but I honestly just wasn't really interested in them. And I had a few of my viewers say, hey Kyle, I'll buy you Pokemon Sun for Christmas. And I'm like, dude, I really appreciate the hell out of that, but I'm just not too interested in it. Guys, you are freaking awesome, and I love you so freaking much. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments, how much did Pokemon Diamond and Pearl impact your life? I know for some of you guys out there, it was actually your first Pokemon game. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl is what got me back into Pokemon, honestly. But now I'm kind of falling back out of it. And hopefully one day Pokemon will do something that makes me get sucked back in. Honestly, I don't really see that happening anytime soon. But who knows, I might get shocked. Hopefully not by a Pikachu. Anyway, tell me your story about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, or any Pokemon games from Gen 4, it doesn't matter. I wanted to make this video for a while, but I never really had time. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's my social medias, and that's going to be it for this video, so I guess I'll see y'all in the next one.